What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the brand new Black Ops 6 event camos that just got revealed with Season 3 Reloaded. Definitely stay tuned. But in the background, we got some gameplay of High Trip Resurgence. I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in to my big live stream earlier this afternoon. It was a blast. We tried every single game mode, checked out the new cosmetics, new features, and everything in between. Once again, thank you to anybody that tuned in on any platform that I currently stream on. But High Trip is a ton of fun on Verdansk. We got lots of kills here and some of this background gameplay, but something I noticed right when spawning in is that the MW3 Blaze Up 420 camo has been applied to BO6 weaponry. This doesn't mean that you can equip the camo for yourself on your loadouts, nor can you bring any of that into multiplayer or zombies, but in this game mode specifically, you can see the MW3 420 camo on BO6 weapons, which is weird. I guess it's proof that, yeah, MW3 event camos technically work, maybe with some back engineering and some extra testing that gets done. The camos could be applied. Maybe there's a slim chance in the future we'll be able to apply some older MW3 camos on our newer weapons. Either way though, as you guys will see, there is another camo that you'll get a glimpse of that maybe is one that already exists in Black Ops 6 and I just don't recognize it, but if at the beginning of a match you actually jump out of the plane right as there's this colorful explosion, you'll get a special loadout, which is a kilo and a pistol. Could give you a bit of an advantage during some of the early game if maybe you drop at one of the hot POIs and there's plenty of enemies around you. You can actually gain the upper hand by using this pretty powerful kilo. I'm not really recognizing this camo though. Could this be an upcoming camo reward, or is this one of those obscure special camo unlocks for one of our weapons in BO6? Feel free to let me know down below in the comments if you're one of those camo experts out there. But the different modifiers are a ton of fun in this LTM. Sadly, you don't get a camo unlock if you win a match of this mode. If that changes, I'll keep you guys in the loop with a separate short at some point later. I know last year that's the way we were able to get the 420 Blaze Up camo, was by winning a match of High Trip over on Rebirth. This mode, as of right now, is exclusive to Verdansk, just so that's clear. Apart from High Trip, we also know that there's other 420 playlists currently live inside of Black Ops 6. Joint Operations is live on several maps. That's like a little bit of a remix of Pentathlon from Squid Game. We saw that back in Season 1. Blaze Town is also live, which is the reskin of Nuketown. And then there's Zombie Snacks, which, yes, has unfortunately replaced Team Cranked for round-based zombies. But if I had to guess, a lot of these playlists should be live for the next couple of weeks since the Blaze Up Challenge event, or excuse me, the Blaze of Glory Challenge event still hasn't gone live yet. That is scheduled for May 6th, as we'll circle back to in a second. But it looks like rewards for Major 4 of the CDL also got leaked out a little bit. There's gameplay of the new blueprint you're going to be getting whenever Major 4 does take place. I'll put the date and more information on screen so you can see. There'll also be a detonated article detailing how you can link your YouTube and Activision accounts to ensure you're getting the CDL viewership drops when Major 4 does take place, but you can get upwards of like 4 free rewards per day throughout the duration of the major, and you end up getting XP tokens, calling cards, emblems, stickers, even a charm. But I did see some mention over on Twitter today about the Splash camo. I think it was maybe confused for a new event camo, but this actually releases a part of one of the COD League bundles back during the launch window of Black Ops 6. We haven't seen too many extra camos really released for this game. I mean, there was the exception here with the COD League bundle. There was the Wonderwaff replica statue camo that wasn't all that great, but yeah, there is a category in Black Ops 6 for event camos, and right now it's a bunch of ranked rewards and some of the newer ranked camos that got introduced with Verdansk ranked play. Other than that, we can't really preview any other upcoming event camos through the in-game gunsmith. But on screen, I'm also going to show you guys the brand new camos for the Ladra SMG. Again, you can unlock the base version of this weapon for free once you hit 370,000 total XP in the brand new High Art Event Pass. If you don't want to do that, then you'll get instant access to the weapon when you buy the brand new and expensive 2,800 COD point bundle, which features a blueprint for the Ladra, a Mastercraft to be exact. So that's another way to get instant access to the brand new weapon. But the camos look pretty cool. Again, you get 6 new camos per weapon whenever one comes out, because you get 2 special camos for multiplayer, 2 for zombies, and of course 2 for Warzone. But the moment you guys have all been waiting for, right? The first ever event camo for Black Ops 6, which was promised during the initial Season 3 creator call that I talked about in a separate video a couple of weeks ago. Our first ever event camo is coming with the Blaze of Glory Challenge event. Another expansion to the 420 celebration, which I get is a bit late now because April 20th was a few weeks ago. That event begins on May 6th and will last until May the 15th. So you have to wait another week before this event actually kickstarts. Nothing's really leaked out at the time of recording this as to how the event itself works, but it was mentioned in the recent blog post that the event is going to be a collection one, meaning you have to find blaze bucks that are dropped by eliminated enemies and are found in supply caches over in Warzone, and you can then redeem the blaze bucks that you find for specific rewards of your choosing, kind of similar to the Terminator Skull event, which just came out, I think it was the beginning of last season. So at least you can have the element of choice with what rewards you want to get first. I'm gonna guess the camo is probably a mastery unlock for finishing the whole event. If it's not, I'll follow up in a separate video that is gonna go over the Blaze of Glory event. Now, the highly decorated camo is animated, right? We can say that at the very least. Even if you're not a fan of what the camo looks like, I think it would have been a lot more problematic if the camo itself was a still one, because yeah, we've waited half of the game's life cycle for at least one event camo, and now we finally got one, and there's actually a variant of this camo you'll also get if you own Black Cell. Again, you have to own Black Cell for Season 3 specifically to get the black and gold variant of this animated camo. I mean, it's technically nicer than the camo we got last year for MW3's 420 event, because that was a still camo, even though it was brighter. At the very least, this one is animated. I think considering how long we've waited for event camos in Black Ops 6, all of them hopefully will end up being animated as they get introduced through various challenge events. And it's not going to be a simple XP focused event when this comes out. In my opinion, not really a big fan of XP events. I think it'd be cool to even see camos added to the free track of future event passes if they're going to continue this system. Another great way to just keep throwing as many camos into the game as possible, since we don't have weekly challenges in Black Ops 6. But yeah, I did see a bunch of complaining over online about the way these camos look, and like I already said, at least they're animated, right? I'm not saying you should settle for garbage, but these camos are pretty decent, at least for the first event camos inside of Black Ops 6. It's the classic COD cycle all over again, where people are asking for something, finally get it, then it's not good enough, or they move the goalpost because they want something else instead. I mean, that's just classic Call of Duty for you, right? That happens time and time again with every single release. But I do agree with a lot of you who have said that it would be cool if camos can get rewarded for doing certain Easter eggs, maybe. I mean, it'd be great if by opening a bunker in Verdansk or doing some difficult Easter egg in Warzone, you can get a camo. I mean, it's also easy to say, hey, you can get a camo for just getting a win in a certain LTM. That's a system that hopefully gets reintroduced later on during the BO6 cycle. But another easy method would be, hey, beat the Easter egg on a round-based map and get the Pack-a-Punch camo for that map for use in every other game mode. You can then apply that PAP camo to any weapon of your choice across multiplayer and Warzone, or you can even spawn into zombies with it. Maybe for some reason, the Treyarch Zombies team is like, nah, that kind of takes away from the exclusivity of the PAP camo. Not sure what the holdup would be there, but that also seems like a pretty easy camo reward or idea that utilizes a camo that already exists in the game, right? But either way, something that I've mentioned plenty of times now is that Activision is going to want to go all out with Black Ops 7 or whatever the game is called because of other major games that are coming out this fall. We're talking Borderlands, we're talking Marathon, you're talking possibly Grand Theft Auto, and so many other titles that I've missed. They're going to want to go all out to make sure that COD stays competitive. And I think a way to do that is to ensure that events have more valuable rewards and that camos or animated camos are introduced as much as possible, because as far as I know, they're the most popular event rewards, at least from a perspective of a content creator. They're the most popular rewards to make a video about. That's been very apparent since at least Modern Warfare 2, and that's of course separate from like mastery camo coverage when a game comes out, which is also pretty explosive. Now, we'll never know what the disconnect was as to why we really didn't get too many camos with the Black Ops 6 event system. I get it, if something became popular later on during MW3 like camo tracking, it might not have been as simple for Treyarch to be like, all right, we're about to ship this game or go gold on it, let's all of a sudden add that feature in at the very last second. That's typically something that would get saved for a post-launch update, which is what we saw with camo tracking, and even that's not perfect yet. But it's kind of weird because the event structure that we got for BO6 is pretty on par with what both MW2 and 3 did with their events. It's just the rewards that have been kind of questionable. Totally down to see gameplay items like weapons or attachments, maybe even perks or equipment. That's cool, but I think for stuff like that, it's best if it's an actual challenge event, or at the very least a collection event where you can pick and choose what rewards you want to go through first. People for sure, including myself, get frustrated when there's a cool item in an event, but it's an XP focused one, meaning that it's linear. You have to go from left to right, progressing through everything before you can get to that item. I think the element of choice with getting to the item you want first makes the most sense, and then having like a mastery unlock be an animated reward, like a really cool flashy operator, or in this case, a really cool camo. Blueprints really don't cut it anymore for event rewards. I think unless they have tracers or some reactive element to them, there isn't too much interest in what that reward would be. But the last thing I'll end with is a brand new Call of Duty Endowment teaser. So COD is teaming up with Kane Brown, and starting on May 8th, if the community collectively earns 15 million match wins across BO6, MP, Warzone, and Zombies, a new calling card will be available. Gonna cross my fingers that there's also a free or animated camo released as a part of the COD Endowment event, because we did see a camo reward for the Endowment event last year with MW3. Weirdly enough, though, not much info was given about the Got Your 6 challenge event for Season 3 Reloaded in the recent blog post. The image they had of the new bundle coming out for COD Endowment got replaced by just a standard image of the event logo. Fingers crossed it's an actual challenge event, but I'll keep you guys in the loop about that one, right? I know new gameplay did leak out for various bundles, which we're going to go ahead and react to later tonight. With that being said, that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our very first event camos coming to Black Ops 6 in Warzone? Technically 2 camos if you own Black Cell, but fingers crossed that camo unlocks become a reoccurring reward for future challenge events. Leave our thoughts down below. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.